dear children. Yes, once again welcome back to all of you to the online classes. And so today we are going to discuss about the second chapter from your fourth unit, the physical phenomena. So from that, now we are going to start the second chapter, that is separation of substances. So see here, before going to discuss about the separation of substances, now we can discuss somewhat about the mixtures, something basic concepts about the mixture. So we know that the solution, yes, what is the solution? Already you might have learned in your previous classes that about the solution. What is the solution? Is the homogeneous mixture of the homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Two or more substances is called mixture. Is called a solution. So here the solution is the homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. So in the solution is formed when two or more substances combine together homogeneously. So homogeneously ಎರಡು ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು solution ಹೆಚ್ಚು substances when they combine ಅವು ಕೂಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ನಮಗೆ solution ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ. Okay, for example we can say when you mixes the salt with water, ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಸ್ಪೂನ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೀರೊಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, so when you mix that and just taste it, okay, just take the top portion first and just remove the top portion and middle portion you taste, or at the bottom. So wherever you taste that water which is mixed with the salt, the salty taste will be same throughout that what the new substance is formed we can call as the solution. So that what we can say, it is the homogeneous, means throughout it spreads same only. Throughout the one cup ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಸ್ಪೂನ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟಿ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೇಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟಿ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನದು ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್, ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ throughout the solution it gives the same taste. So what it indicates that? It indicates that the salt is dispersed throughout the solution uniformly. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. So that such kind of substance what we call the solution. So the solution is the homogeneous mixture of two or more substances is called solution, right? So what are these two or more substances we can call? The substances which are present in the solution, what we call for that? Yes, here again the solution is having solvent and solute. The solution is having solvent and solute. First we can discuss what is solvent. Yes, the solvent is a substance. Solvent is a substance in which the solute can be dissolved. Solute, or we can say that the substance which dissolves the solute in it. The substance, simply we can say the substance which dissolves solute, in it. Yes, the solvent is a substance which dissolves solute in it. So suppose if we say the salt, yes, the salt if we dissolve in the water, yes, so this will form what? Salt solution. When 1 tablespoon of salt is mixes with a glass of water, then it forms the salt water, and that is what we call as salt solution. And this salt solution throughout the glass, means 1 glass of water we have taken and 1 spoon of salt we have mixed with it. So when we mix 1 tablespoon of salt in 1 glass of water, the 1 glass of water becomes salty, and that salty taste will be same, uniform in throughout the glass of water. So that we call as a salt solution. So here the salt which is dissolved in the water, then the salt is called as the solute. And when the water, it dissolves the solute in it, and then we can call this as the solvent. Yes, water is the solvent and salt is the solute. So how can we define the solute then? Yes. So by seeing you can say, just by saying this you can say what is solute. So solute is the substance, solute is the substance which dissolve, which can be dissolved in a solvent. It can be dissolved in a solvent. So ಯಾವ substance solvent ಒಳಗೆ dissolve ಆಗತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ? solute ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Yes, so the solute is the substance which can be dissolved in a solvent. ಯಾವುದು solvent ಅಲ್ಲಿ dissolve ಆಗತ್ತ, ಯಾವ solvent ಒಳಗೆ mix ಆಗೈತಿ, that is what solute. So here the salt mixes in the water, then salt is the solute. And water which dissolves the solute in it, then the water is called as the solvent. And these solute and solvent both that combine homogeneously, both combine together to form a new substance that is called solution. Okay, so the salt and water will combine together to form the salt solution. Right? So this is what the solution, solvent and solute. So the solution is the homogeneous mixture of 2 or more substances is called solution, and the solvent is a substance which dissolves solute in it, and the solute is a substance which can be dissolved in a solvent. So this is what the definitions for solution, solvent as well as solute. And now we can give examples for this. Yes. So before going to give some examples to the solvent, solute, now we can discuss the substances which are dissolved in water and which do not dissolve in the water. The items that dissolve in water and the items that do not dissolve in the water. Just see in this textbook, page number 173. Yes, just look at here. So by seeing this, we have to classify the substances into items that dissolve in water and items that do not dissolve in water. So the first one, see, oil. Is it dissolved in water? Oil ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಆಯಿಲ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದನ್ನ? No, it do not dissolve in the water. Yes. And the second one, see, salt. Yes, now only I gave the example. Salt, yes, it is dissolved in the water. And chalk powder, no, it will not dissolve in water. And the turmeric powder, arshin pudi, yes, it is also do not dissolve. And talcum powder, ನೀವು ಪೌಡರ್ ಹಚ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಎಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಎಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಶುಗರ್, ಎಸ್ ದ ಶುಗರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಇನ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೋನ್, no, the stone do not dissolve in water. And the mud, yes, the mud, it is also do not dissolve in the water. And just classify these two things, and now we can give the example for the solute. Yes, for solute means the substance which can be dissolved in the water. So here the sugar we can give as the example, means sugar can be dissolved in the water, and even salt also. Yes, so likewise the substances which can be dissolved in the water or in the solvent. Okay, and now see, in the previous class, means in the previous standard, you have learned that a solution is formed when the substance is dissolved in a given liquid. So that given liquid will be the solvent. Okay, when the solution is formed, when we dissolve the given solid or any given substance in a given liquid, that is solvent. So they form the substance that we call as solution, right? So see, for example, if you are given with sugar, water and mud, then to make it into to mix with the water. If you are given with sugar and mud, so then ask you to mix with the water. Is it possible to mix both the things in the water? Means the sugar can be dissolved in water. Is it soluble, the sugar? Now sugar na kargisbodri water olaga? Yes, we can. In the same way, can we able to dissolve the mud in the water? No, it is not possible. Then see, if you are given with the sugar, yes, so sugar, and we have to dissolve that sugar in the water. Then see, what is sugar here? Is it solute or solvent? Yes, so sugar is going to be dissolved in water. Sugar ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೀರಿನೊಳಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕರಗಿಸಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನೀರಿನೊಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಶುಗರ್ ಕರಗಿಸಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಕರಗತೈತಿ ಅದೇನಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಟ್. ಎಸ್, and this will be in the less quantity. So here in this the sugar is the solute, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಶುಗರ್ ನೀರೊಳಗೆ ಕರಗತೈತಿ, then the sugar is the solute. And water, what is water then? If the sugar is solute, then water will be, yes, it is solvent, because the water can be dissolved the sugar in it. Yes, the sugar will be dissolved in the water. Water is going to be dissolved the solute in it. Then the water is what? Solvent, and it will be in the more quantity. And then when the sugar dissolved in the water, so what is the product? Yes, it is sugar solution. Yes, what we can say, when the sugar dissolved in a water, it form sugar solution, right? Because the sugar is soluble in water. Why the sugar solution has formed? The sugar solution has formed because the sugar is soluble in water. And then take the mud. Yes, mud, and the same way you can try to dissolve mud in the water. Is it possible? Yes, it forms the muddy water. Yes, when we mix the mud in the water, it forms the muddy water. But this muddy water is not a solution. So you might have seen that when we mixes mud in the water, so the water may get dirt because of the mud. So it forms the muddy water. And if we left do not dissolve in the water. ಯಾಕೆ muddy water solution ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ mud water dissolve ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So if the mud do not dissolve in the water, then how can we say that muddy water is the solution, right? Only the solution is formed when the solute and solvent both must be combined together homogeneously, that too uniformly they have to spread throughout the solution or throughout the substance whatever it is given, then only we can say that that is the solution. So but here the mud it will not mixes with the water completely, it will not mixes completely throughout the water uniformly, or the mud will not spread throughout the water uniformly, then the muddy water is not the solution. Got it? Yes. Now see, we can now understand what happens when a soluble or insoluble substance is mixed in a liquid. So just I will show you the textbook. Now you can observe in the textbook. Okay. Now see in this diagram. So you can see here A, B and C. Okay. So this is to understand what happens when a soluble or insoluble substance is mixed in a liquid. So see here, this what the green and purple color substance, what it is showing here. So this is the solid substance which have to be dissolved in the water. And this red and white color substance, what it shows, it is the solvent. And see, when the substances, so this is what these three pictures A, B and C, that is to show how the substances are dissolved in the water, how the process phenomena takes place here. So in the first one, a solid substance added to a liquid. When we add a solid substance, it will be present in the liquid like this. So a solute dissolving in a solvent. So when it is started dissolving in the liquid, then the molecules of the solid start dispersing. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಆ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಒಳಗ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್, they started dispersing. ಅವೇನು ಸಾವಕಾಶ slowly they started to disperse. And see in the third, a solution has formed there. So ನೀವಿಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವು, ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟವು. They are completely spread throughout the liquid. So it indicates that it has formed a solution. Yes. So molecules ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸ್ ಆಕೋತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥ್ರೂಔಟ್ ದ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವು, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಮಗೇನು ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಅ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ soluble, then this phenomena takes place. Suppose if it is insoluble, what will happen? See the diagram A. The solid remains as it is in the liquid. So there is no dispersion of molecules takes place if the solid is insoluble. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇನ್ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಐತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಹಂಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್, ಇಟ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಉಳಿದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಅದು ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸ್ ಆಕೋತಾ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಶೋನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿ, ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ಅ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. Okay. Now just think what happens to the mixture of a soluble substance in the liquid as shown in the diagram A. So ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, so I said, so the substance, if it is soluble, it will disperse and it combines with all the molecules of the liquid. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದೇ ಇನ್ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, it will settles down. Yes, ಅದು ಹೆವಿ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, so that sometimes it may not be heavy. So if it is heavy, then it will be settled at the bottom, and if it is light, it can be float on the water. So likewise, the substance which is soluble, it will be dispersed throughout the liquid, and the substance which is insoluble, that will not disperse and that remains as it miscible. Miscible liquids. So miscible liquids, if the liquids that mix with each other, so if the liquids that mix with each other, that mix with each other are called miscible liquids. Yes. Suppose if we can able to mix the two liquids, if it mixes uniformly, then such liquids are called as miscible liquids. So for example, what we can say, the most common example, it is, the example for this is milk and water. Yes, milk and water. Are they both miscible? Are they both mixes each other? Milk and water ಎರಡು mix ಆಗ್ತವೆ. Yes, that is the reason why the milkman cheat you sometimes. ನೀವು ಹಾಲು ಯಾವ ಕಡೆ ತಗೋತಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಚೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ. ಸೊ 1 ಲೀಟರ್ ಹಾಲು ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀರಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದರೊಳಗೆ a cup of water they may add. Okay, not all the people, but some, few may do like this. So when we buy the water, when we buy the milk, so that time they may add some quantity of water in that. So there they will get more profit, right? Suppose if they add 1 liter of water in 10 liters of milk, so to 9 liters of milk, if they add 1 liter of water, then it will become 10 liters, right? And when they sold that 10 liters of milk, 1 liter they will get extra profit. Yes or no? Am I right? ಈಗ milkman ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಈಗ 9 ಲೀಟರ್ ಹಾಲಿಗೆ 1 ಲೀಟರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಹಾಲು ಎಷ್ಟಾಯಿತು, 10 liters. But actually the quantity of milk, how much it is? 9 liters. So ಅವ್ರು 10 liters ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಿಲ್ಕನ್ನು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಮಾರಿದಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ 10 liters 10 liters ಮಿಲ್ಕಿಂದ ಏನು ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಈಗ 150 rupees 1 ಲೀಟರ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು 10 ಲೀಟರ್ ಮಾರಿದ್ರಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ 500 rupees. Yes, so there they get the 1 liter profit. 1 liter profit bantala ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. So like that the milkman may cheat us, because even though they mix the water, means in the little quantity if they mix also, we are not able to rectify. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಜೊತೆ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ಲಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. So that we are not able to identify whether the water is added to the milk or not, right? So this is how the two liquids, if they mixes with each other, then we can call as the miscible liquids. Then for milk and water, we can say miscible. Yes, the milk and water are miscible, right? At the same time, we can also mix vinegar with water. Yes, vinegar and water. We can also mix the vinegar and water. Yes, vinegar is the substance which we can with some food items we can add this agent. So this vinegar and water are both miscible. They also mixes with each other. So since these two are mixes with each other, then we can say them as the miscible liquids. So suppose if the liquids that do not mix with each other, then what we can say? Yes, they are immiscible. Immiscible liquids. Yes, immiscible liquids. It means liquids that do not mixes with each other are called immiscible liquids. ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಎರಡು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ಸ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು immiscible liquids ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಈಗ ನೀವು ನೀರೊಳಗೆ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತ್ರಿ ಅದು? ಎಸ್, ನೋ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ oil and water will be what? The immiscible liquids. Oil and water. If we mix the oil with water, the oil floats. The oil layer is formed on the surface of the water layer because they do not mix with each other. Just ನೀವು oil ಮತ್ತು water ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಿರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತೇನು just keep it undisturbed for some time. You will find the two separate layers of oil and water. The oil layer, it will be float on the layer of the water. So these both are, they do not mix with each other. That is why we call them as the immiscible liquids. And this property is because of the variations in the density. The water is having more density and the oil is having less density, so that the oil can float on the water. At the same time, we can also give vinegar and oil. Vinegar and oil. Yes, these two also immiscible. Vinegar can mixes with the water, but the vinegar that do not mixes with the oil. So vinegar and oil and water, these two are example for the immiscible liquids because they do not mixes with each other. And now we can see how these miscible and immiscible liquids will be there and how the substances form the solution and all. Just I will give an video clip attached with this. Now let me show that. Introduction. A solution is formed when a substance dissolved in a liquid. Soluble substance. So when we dissolve in a liquid, it forms the solution. So some objects are soluble and some are insoluble. So sugar, it is a solute, and when we mix with water, that we call as solvent, it forms sugar solution. Solution is formed as sugar is soluble in water. If we take mud and it is a substance, when we mix it with water, it is a liquid. It will give muddy water, but no solution is formed as mud is insoluble in water. A solid substance added to a liquid, and also we can see a solid dissolving in a solvent and how the solution is formed. So the molecules, they are the green and purple particles are the solid substances which we are going to be dissolved in the water or a solvent. So white and red particles, they are the particles of the liquid. So you can see here how the process takes place, means to form the solution. A soluble substance gradually disperses and dissolves into the liquid and then form a solution. If the substance is insoluble in the liquid, it says undispersed, so that it will not mixes with the solvent. The soluble or insoluble liquids, soluble liquid and insoluble liquid. So liquids that mix with each other are called miscible liquids. If the two liquids mixes, they are miscible. So water and milk and white vinegar and water, so they are miscible liquids. The liquids that do not mix with each other are called immiscible liquids. So for example, we can say water and oil, they are immiscible liquids, and water and vinegar and oil, they are also immiscible liquids. So now you have understood how the solids are mixes with the water or any given liquid and how they form the solution. So about this all you have learned, and also how the liquids they mixes with each other and the liquids which do not mixes with each other, so such as the miscible and immiscible liquids. So about this all you have learned in this class, and I will conclude my today's class with this, and in the next class we can discuss about the separation of substances. So now we combine the substances. Yes, we combine means if it may be our convenient or may not be. So when we mix some substances and later if we want those substances means originally in the form of original, then how can we separate the things? Or sometimes we have to separate to get some useful components, right? ಈಗ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಕಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಕಾದಾಗೂ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ನಾವಾಗಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಏನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಮೆನಿ ಅದರ್ ಪರ್ಪಸಸ್ ವಿ ಮೇಡ್ ದ ಸೆಪರೇಷನ್. So what are some methods for separation and how can we separate the things? So about this all we can learn in the next class. So with this I will conclude my today's class, and with this if you have any doubts regarding this you can contact me and clarify your doubts. Thank you. Have a nice day.